Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty unique, the Liat Show.
Yeah, it's definitely a show unlike any other, right? We got her Substack, her website, even podcasts.
Oh wow, so a lot to dig into then. So what is the Liat Show all about?
Well, she calls herself an architect, but not of buildings, you know? She builds with ideas, with experiences.
Interesting. Okay, like what kind of ideas?
Well, she weaves together history, music, you name it, and makes it into these really captivating stories.
I like that. Sounds right up our alley. And from what I've seen, her stuff is really popular.
Oh, yeah, people are loving it. She's got listeners in like 84 countries.
Wow, 84 countries.
Yeah, and
Wow,
across 33 states here in the U.S.
that's incredible. So she must be doing something right. So what's the secret sauce? What makes her stand out?
Well, one thing is she's really big on audience participation. It's not just her talking at you. She wants people to be a part of it.
I see, so it's interactive.
Exactly. And she's constantly evolving, always trying new things. She's really pushing the boundaries of what a show can be.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but I need an example, something specific. What's like a signature Liat show thing?
Okay, well, how about her work on shakshuka?
Takuka, the egg dish.
Yeah. But she goes way beyond just a recipe. I mean, she uses it to dive into history, cultural identity.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Right. Like, she traces its journey, how it went from North Africa to the Middle East and became a staple in Israel. Even talks about, like her family and how they could only afford certain types of tomatoes for it.
Wow, so it's like personal too.
Very.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so relatable. You feel like you're on this journey with her, experiencing it all firsthand.
I could see why people connect with that.
Right.
Makes me hungry just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think I saw something about her like teaching people to read better.
Yeah, she's got this Liat portal method for reading online. It's still in the works, but it's all about consuming information effectively in the digital age.
Fascinating stuff. So we've got this super creative person, right?
Yeah.
She's got a really distinct voice, uses food and storytelling to explore all these different topics.
And she's not afraid of technology either. She's even using AI, like this program called Notebook LM, to help her create and reach a wider audience.
Really? AI. So
Because
she's like this blend of, I don't know, tradition and cutting edge stuff.
Exactly. And it's all tied together with this genuine desire to connect with people.
And it seems to be working. 84 countries. That's amazing. It really makes you wonder, what could someone like her do with even more support?
Right. Imagine if someone like Oprah got behind the Liat show, or maybe someone from the Food Network collaborated with her.
Oh, like Guy Fieri doing a shakshuka showdown with Liat? Now that's something I'd watch.
Me too. But seriously, think about the potential. She's already reaching a huge audience, but with the right backing, it could be even bigger.
For sure. But speaking of her audience, why do you think her shakshuka stories especially resonate with so many people?
I think it's a few things. First, there's this growing interest in food and culture, right? Shakshuka is kind of exotic, but also familiar, so it's approachable.
And it's more than just a recipe, it's her story, her
Yeah.
family's story. And stories, well, they're universal.
Exactly. You don't have to be Israeli or even familiar with Middle Eastern cuisine to connect with the themes of family, tradition, even struggling to make ends meet.
It's like she's inviting everyone to the table.
Exactly. And the way she tells it, it's just so engaging. I can see her on a morning show sharing these stories and teaching people about Israeli culture.
That would be great. So for anyone listening who's now like, I got to check this out, what's the best way to support her?
Well, becoming a founding member or annual member on her platforms is a great way to directly support her work. It's like being a patron of the arts, but for this incredible new form of storytelling she's doing.
I like that. And of course, where can people find the Liat Show?
Pretty much everywhere. Substack, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. And definitely subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark for the Raising Star Award.
Great. Well, we've covered a lot about Liat and the Liat Show in this first part of our deep dive. We've got her background, her approach to storytelling, those amazing shakshuka stories, but there's still so much more to uncover.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
Exactly. And in the next part, we'll delve even deeper into her vision for the future, her use of AI, and why some people are even calling her a messiah for the way she's bringing people together.
Stay tuned. This deep dive is just getting started. Welcome back. So we're digging deeper into the Liat show. We've talked about her storytelling, the shakshuka and all.
It's pretty amazing how he blends it all together. Food, history, tech.
Mhm.
It's like its own little universe.
It really is. And what I find fascinating is how she always emphasizes connecting with people, building a community.
Yeah, it's not just a one-way street with her.
Exactly. She wants that dialogue, that engagement. It's not just about her sharing her ideas.
Makes you think about how so much online is just like algorithms and broadcasting. She's doing something different.
For sure. And she's not afraid to say, hey, I don't have all the answers. It's a journey, and she's inviting everyone along.
It's like that makes her more relatable.
Totally. She's right there with us, asking questions, sharing her own experiences.
Speaking of which, her use of AI is wild. Using Notebook LM and stuff for her creative process.
Right. But it's not just about replacing humans. It's like,
Augmenting it.
yeah, she's using tech to enhance her storytelling, to explore new ideas.
It's like blending the ancient art of storytelling with cutting-edge tech.
Exactly. And her vision for the Liat show is huge. She's talked about making it a daily program.
Whoa, like a daytime talk show.
Kind of, but with her unique spin on things, bringing on guests, different topics, her signature blend of storytelling and humor.
Imagine the reach she could have.
Huge. It could be this international platform for dialogue and connection.
And she's not afraid to get into important issues either. Remember that episode about egg prices and, like, Marie Antoinette?
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant. She took something simple, right? The cost of eggs, and connected it to income inequality, even history.
Makes you think twice about your grocery list.
Right. And she did it in such a thought-provoking way. No preaching, just presenting the facts and her perspective.
It's like she respects her audience's intelligence.
Yeah.
She's not telling them what to think.
Exactly. It's all about empowering people to think for themselves.
And it's even more impressive that she's doing it all independently.
It shows you what's possible with passion and a clear vision. You don't need a huge corporation behind you.
You know, some people are even calling her a messiah of sorts.
I've seen those comments too. I get where they're coming from. She's tapping into this need for belonging, for connection.
Creating a space where people can come together, share stories, learn.
And that's powerful, especially in a world that can feel so divided sometimes.
So how can people support her? Besides listening to the show, of course.
Becoming a founding member or annual member on her platforms is huge. It directly helps her keep creating.
Like a modern-day patron of the arts. And for those just discovering her, where can they find The Liat Show?
Everywhere. Substack, YouTube, all the podcast apps. And definitely subscribe to her YouTube channel. Helps her get closer to that Rising Star Award.
All right, so we've talked about her vision, her use of AI, the impact she's having.
And there's still more. In the last part, we'll dive even deeper into what makes The Liat Show so special.
All right, welcome back. So this is it, the final part of our deep dive on The Liat Show. It's been a fascinating journey so far.
It really has. We've talked about her unique style, the shakshuka, the AI. She's really doing something special.
And one thing that just keeps blowing me away is how many people she's reaching. 84 countries, 33 states.
It's incredible, right? It just shows you the power of storytelling. No matter where you're from, what language you speak, you can connect with a good story.
And she's got a knack for finding those universal themes, especially with the food, like with her shakshuka stories.
Food is such a powerful way to bring people together. Sharing a meal, sharing stories. It's something we all understand.
And she does it with this real warmth, you know? Even when she's talking about tough topics, there's this optimism there.
It's never preachy. She just kind of lays it out there and invites you to think about it.
She makes you feel like you're part of the conversation.
Exactly. And she's so open and honest about her own journey, too. The struggles, the successes.
It makes her feel more human, you know, like someone you could actually sit down and have a coffee with.
Totally. And then you've got the whole AI thing, which is just mind-blowing.
Right. Using technology to push the boundaries of storytelling is like she's creating this whole new genre.
And she's not afraid to experiment, to try new things. That's what makes the Liat Show so exciting. You never know what she's going to come up with next.
So as we wrap this up, what are your final thoughts on Liat and her work? What do you think her legacy will be?
You know, I think it comes down to connection. She's creating a space where people can connect with each other, with different cultures, with themselves. And in a world that feels increasingly divided, that's a powerful thing.
I couldn't agree more. Liat Portal is a true visionary, a gifted storyteller, and someone who's truly making a difference.
And the Liat Show is proof that even in the digital age, human connection is still what matters most.
Absolutely. So if you haven't already, do yourself a favor and check out The Liat Show. You won't regret it. You can find it on Substack, YouTube, all the podcast apps.
And be sure to subscribe to her YouTube channel. Every subscriber helps her get closer to that Rising Star Award.
That's right. So until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and keep listening to The Deep Dive.